have this problem.
People should do and rise up. And
But no one is doing that. All they're doing is talking about the Bible and the Jesus.
my people.
Count all these building of yourself. You don't need me to count them. Some of them are 2 together and 3 together. These are big buildings that could be turned into schools.
Yes. For no
Yes, these are big buildings that could turn into schools, but they are not doing that. Look, there is one right there,
no reason at
and if you go around the corner, there's another one. They join together. See, they join together.
my people.
So it's like a competition. They're fighting against each other.
Always pray that my people.
Now,
My people. Pray up the
why can't someone talk to these black leaders and let them know we have too many churches in the neighborhood?
kill the white woman. No.
And also liquor stores.
The black
Every one of them said church there, so that means it's a church.
black babies.
I am not just taking the building, I'm trying to see the name of church. He said church.
Big change.
And if you pitch a tent and put a church there, I will take a video of it.
Black woman.
These are large buildings that could be turned into schools
Be killed.
and teach our children the original language of our black people
Black man. And black woman.
and teach them how to plant grains and teach them how to use all these healing herbs and magical herbs.
And stop killing
We don't need any science rocket to tell us that.
black babies.
All we are doing is building church.
Tell the black man. Stop killing.
Huh?
Stop.
All we are doing is building church.
Black man. Black babies.
Now I'm going to be heading on Western going north on Western Avenue.
Stop. Black babies.
After this,
Kill the black man.
now I'm on Western,
It's just a big
heading north.
Stop big change. It's just a
As you can see, you had 4 churches, one place.
big change.
If you can count them, you can see that.
Just a big disgrace.
Church, church, church.
Black man.
Therefore, they have competition with each other.
Black man. Black
This is not blind that you cannot see.
just killing black man. Killing black woman. It's just a
Every one of them have church on tap.
change. Preacher.
So we have about 4 or 5 churches right there.
Black man. Stop. When the
I'm going to move down the street and you're going to see another big building that they call church
church.
that could be used for schools.
When you tell the black man. Stop.
Why I said that? Because the black men have no industry.
Stop killing.
So it seems like the church is the only industry that the black men have. And the only person is getting benefit from the church
All you do
is the owner of the church.
is kill your black man. Black woman.
Huh?
All you do
The owner of the church is getting benefit from it. And the members are not getting any benefit.
black man. Stop.
So,
Is killing black
furthermore, the minister cannot heal the members of the church.
or telling black man.
I'm still on Western Avenue, and you're going to see 2 more churches together.
Killing black man. You stop.
No, that's a shame. That's all the black people can do.
It's just a big shame. Big shame. Black man.
That's all black people can do.
Killing black
I want to know that.
No. It's just a big shame.
2 churches together again. Look, if you can see with your own eyes, somebody have to bring your attention to all these buildings that you're building, and they have no use to anyone besides to the minister.
The preacher's not telling.
And what they're doing is having a white Jesus in there.
Big shame. Black
Here comes a large building again they call church.
man.
I'm still on Western going north and Western Avenue.
And they
So if you're counting, you can count them off yourself. Over 62 churches, plus some of them I did not catch the small churches because they've been hidden. They have no name said church.
Do you know?
But people are still going to those small little places.
Have the Ku Klux Klan
Here comes about 4 churches together again.
with this drive-by shooting.
That's what I'm talking about, black people.
Innocent man.
You can't do that. We need to do something better. Look, you have a white Jesus and a church. Corners, church. Now, when are you going to wake up? See, there is two together right there. We could have factories, sewing factories, computer factories. We have none of that. Huh? We have none of that. All we have is churches. Churches to worship a white man. All we have is churches to worship a white man. Look, there is two more churches together right there. 1, 2. Still on Western Avenue. Two more large buildings you call church. Those places could be factories, shoemakers, sewing, laundry. Across the street, there is two more churches again, joined together. Now, I don't understand why black people are doing that. I just don't understand. Look, there are 3 more churches across the street. If you count them, you can see the church on all of these buildings. And Sundays they have service. And people are going there. Down the street, here's a large building comes up again. Here's another large building for a church. That maybe occupy 500, 600, 700 people. Now, still going on Western Avenue, there's another one on the other side of the street. On the west side of the street. They're all church. Man, what's wrong? What's wrong with my people? All I can do is build church. And the God is not getting them better from their sickness. Look, you have 2 churches together again on the west side of the street. 2 more. Across on this east side, there's another church sitting right there. And all these people are doing is just going to church. Going to church. Here comes another one. Going to church. I don't understand why can't we turn them into schools and factories and keep church on Sundays. Huh? It's very simple. Do church on Sundays. Here comes another one right there. We can do church on Sunday and turn them into schools. Here's another one on the west side of the street. Here is 2 more on the east side of the street, and Western Avenue still going towards Slauson. Now, I know you've seen all these buildings, and this is not fairy tales. You cannot walk a block away that you haven't seen a church. You can't walk a block away. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot walk a block unless you see a church. So what are we going to do? Here comes another one. What are we going to do? That's what I'm talking about. What are we going to do about that? Huh? I'm asking my black people. If we just, and guess what? They are still building more larger buildings. Here comes another one. I guess there's 2 there. No, 2, about 4. Look, 1, 2, goes down the street again. That's about 67th Street. 3, same, I'm in the same position. That's another church right here. I'm going to go across the street on the east side. And these are big buildings that we could do a lot of stuff with. real estate company we could have there. See, I'm going across the street, and here comes a large, big building. Just using for the name of some G-O-D and some J-E-S-U-S. Here is two more joined together on the west side of the street. One, another one close up, same on the same side of the street. I will be zooming out and take another one right there. So what is it? Right there, Pentecostal. What's wrong with my black people? Why don't we just have churches? Here I'm going now on the west side and western still. Sorry, on the east side. There's another church there. I'm going to go to Slauson now, at the corner of Slauson and Western. Here comes another large, big building. Now, you see this building is very large. That could be a big factory. Automotive, repair, mechanic. Here comes another church right there. You see one and two church dying together. Now, what I'm saying to my black people, we could use this building for so much that we could have material things. Now, I'm going to be going up Slauson to Crenshaw, going west. Here comes some church there. That's one on the south side. Here comes another one on the north side. I am just going from Imperial to Western and to Slauson, and from Slauson to Crenshaw back to Imperial. 65 church on the main street, not counting Manchester and Century and street in between. I'm not counting none of those. So in that square that I picked out, maybe about 170 churches are in the square that I picked out. Now you can see I'm on Crenshaw Boulevard, and all these churches have been taken. That's Crenshaw and Slauson. Now we're going to be heading south and Crenshaw. Here comes the church. That's a single church there. They don't have too many churches joined together and Crenshaw Boulevard. But on Western Avenue, you could imagine Figueroa and you could imagine Vermont. If I take the street all the way to downtown, I could not count all these buildings that they have for church. And they are worshiping a white man. That's all these people are worshiping, a white Jesus. Don't know how to plant grains, don't know how to use herbs. And the minister doesn't know none of that. Here comes another church in Crenshaw Boulevard. What I'm saying to the black people, turn them into schools. Nothing wrong to turn them into school. Here comes another one. This is an Crenshaw still. Coming, going south. Every corner you go, you find a church. This is 67th I Park. There's a church right there. We're going to cross over, going to Florence, and you're going to see about 2 or 3 churches right there. That's what I'm talking about. Every time you see the camera pause and take a picture is a church. You will see the top church. Every little corner of these people have a church. I don't understand. That's what I'm talking about. And the preacher can't get you better. All they're doing is reading this book. And they are the only one gaining from the church. You see what I'm talking about? So when the black people wake up and realize that they are not gaining any material things from the church, they will realize. You don't need to go there because you're not going to be benefit. See, here comes another one. You're not going to be benefit. What benefit are you getting from the church? They give you a box of food. That's all they give you. Here's a big church. That's a large church that could have farm equipment there to plant grains and all of that stuff.
You don't kill white.
But all it was doing is giving you a box of food and tell you that they give you food.
Black man, black woman.
See, they have white Jesus. That's what I'm talking about.
Kill your black.
All these big buildings owned by black people. Or if it's not owned by black people, it's run by black people. And the property may be owned by white people. Here comes a large, big building again. And Crenshaw, we still in Crenshaw.
Stop killing black man.
What's wrong?
Killing black man. Killing,
That's a large building there on Crenshaw.
killing black man.
Here comes another large building again. That could be a large school. So we could have maybe 600 kids in there or 400 kids. And all the parents pay the teacher $10 a week or $5 a week for each children.
He's just a big, big
And we would not have this problem.
black man.
But no one is doing that. All they're doing is talking about the Bible and the Jesus.